Joe?
Yep.
How's it going, man? You're heading to 4245 Roger B. Schaefer Memorial Boulevard?
Yep.
Alright.
It's work for me.
Alright. Does work have a name, or?
Denny Express.
Alright.
Trucking.
Alright. So how's your day going?
Good, man. Yeah.
That's not going too bad. I mean, it's been kind of slow today, but...
I'll tip you a little better then.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Give it to you now.
Oh. Well, thank you. Now my girlfriend can try to take my tip money. Like, I didn't get anything. Like, I'm sorry. That's Burger King money right there. Or Wendy's.
Good deal.
So what kind of, were you just returning the car? Or?
Yeah. I had a car for a few days. Had to do some running around.
All right. What kind of car was it?
Oh, they hooked me up. The gal behind the counter knew me from another store.
Okay.
And she had to drive me to my semi-truck a couple times.
Okay.
So I tipped her each time. And she's like, nobody's ever tipped me. I was like, are you serious? That seems so wrong. So I think 3 or 4 times I've tipped her and taken care of her. And it was a real short drive. I mean, shorter than what we're doing now.
Okay.
And she recognized me at the counter this last time, and she goes, you're a semi-driver, and you like your room. I'm going to get you a truck.
Well, there you go.
And I'm like, oh, shoot, I don't want to pay for a truck. What is the price of a car?
Oh, well, there you go. So that's a win-win.
And then she's like, and it's full right now. Just make sure it's a quarter of a tank on the way back. I was like, and then she's like, then I'm giving you 10% off. I was like, jeez.
Oh, that's good.
And then on top of all that, I didn't reserve it. I just waited until I got to the counter. She goes, oh, it would be so much better if you would have reserved versus coming up to her counter. I said, so if you're telling me if I got on my phone right now, right here in front of you, and got a reserve, I'd do better than what you're going to give me? And she goes, well, yeah. But that's when the light bulb went off, too.
Oh, yeah.
She goes, but I know it is like... You can almost see her say, I know you all of a sudden.
Right. It's like, oh.
She was like, oh, wait a second. Let me see what I can do.
Let me see what we can make happen here.
Let me see what I can do.
Well, that's awfully nice of her to do all that, though.
Yeah, she hooked me up.
So what kind of trucking do you do? Like,
It's a semi.
okay. So is it just, are you empty load right now, or?
Yeah, I'll be going out to, I'm picking up a trailer over in Holland. And
I live in Holland, man.
Yep, and then I'll go all the way up to Massachusetts and back by Wednesday.
All right.
So I got some more stuff to take care of.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like the downtown area is just completely non-existent right now in Grand Rapids.
Well, there's a lot of power out.
There is, too, and and plus it is still technically considered the holiday until the end of this weekend. Like last weekend, my buddy was out here driving. I was driving down in Holland and like Saugatuck, and I still it wasn't like super duper busy, but it was busy enough to where I had another pickup after I dropped somebody off. And so I made
a good day.
Yeah, I mean it made for an alright day. It wasn't too bad. And then like last night, I went home for dinner, and of course my girlfriend and I, one thing led to another, and I ended up falling asleep. Well, I was going to go back out and drive, but I fell asleep. So I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm just sleeping. And I woke up this morning at like 8 o'clock, and I was like, oh. It's like, all right, well, I'll go out super early today. And I came out at about 1:30. And, I mean, it's been, like, the airport's pretty much the only thing going on right now. And like I said, there's a lot of power out. So it's one of those scenarios where I got to just decide, what time I want to go back home and have dinner, because it's already done.
Call it a night.
Yeah, and do I want to keep driving out, in Holland and Saugatuck again? And I mean, because at least it'll, keep some money coming in. But again, it doesn't get like super busy. And at about 2:45, it's completely dead. And so it's like one of those decision things. Like I've got my girlfriend blowing me up. It's like, what time you coming home? And I'm like, I don't know. I just do not know yet. I do not know yet, sweetie. And she's mad about her phone because she says her phone's being retarded. Told her that's what happens when she got her Samsung. I've got nothing against Samsung phones. I had I think
that means you're a Mac all the way.
No.
guy?
I'm an Android guy through and through. I love.
Okay.
I'm big on my LG devices though. I don't know why. I just am. I like the ability to double tap the screens, and I just really like them. And I haven't had any problems with them.
Samsungs. You don't like.
Yeah, I had an S3 a few years ago when it came out. It was nice.
I think I would agree with you. I've gone through some Samsungs and Androids, and I think the Droids have been better.
That's what I'm saying. Like I randomly got this phone, like my Stylo 2, my LG Stylo 2. I only got it because it was on sale at Metro PCS. Like they're like, oh well, I was looking at like the other market price with other carriers, like with like Sprint, and I was like, all right, well, shit. I was like, I don't want to spend $200 on it.
Right.
And they're like, well, we got a deal, if you, when I was porting over my number, so I only paid $125 for the phone, and I was like, all right, I'm okay with that. And I had one time where the screen, like the LCD crystals were messing up, but all I had to do was it just overheated. All I had to do was just turn off, let it sit for a little bit, let it cool down, and then it was good to go, and I've never had that problem again. And like this one is my sister's old LG K7, and it works like it's still brand new, and that thing's like 4 years old. I don't get like sometimes if like the stylus pen thing will pop out, and it'll like pull up like the stylus thing, but that thing's actually kind of cool. Like you can navigate the entire phone with that. It's pretty nifty. I can end trips with it like through the app. I wouldn't do it because it'd take too damn long, but because I could just go like this with my finger all day. But I don't know. I don't mind it. And I told my girlfriend, I was like, well, hey, I'll get you an LG phone. She's like, I don't like the LG phones, and because the volume button and power button are on the back, so it's not on the sides, and it doesn't have like a middle home button. And like the layout on this one, there's no app. There's like no main apps button. It's just they all just display, unless you said it's like the easy home configuration, and that just easy mode pretty much. It has a home button. It shows you where everything is, and
That's what I put on for my parents. I'm like, you need easy mode.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That is easy mode. That's meant for technologically not inclined, And I was just like, I'm not. I don't know. I've always liked it. Like, I was looking at because I've got a tablet as well through Metro PCS, and it had a data line on it. Well, they're not doing their data plans anymore for the tablets. Okay. So I was like, all right, well, what can I do? Because this was sitting up here, but then I swapped it off the phone after going back and forth. But then, mind if I take this real quick? Yes, little sister. I will try my best, little sister. I will try to get you something. Alrighty. Yep. Alright, love you, bye. People always harassing me. She always calls when I got passengers. Always. But yeah, so I had the data plan on here, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a really crappy tablet, by the way. Totally not worth $100, like worth like $10. But I told my girlfriend, I was like, well, yeah, I'll get you an LG phone. And when I was in the Metro corporate office, like I was like, all right, well, let me see what other phones I got. And they got like this Samsung, I think it was called like a J3 or something like that. It didn't look too bad. Like it didn't look like a bad phone. And the guy's like, oh, it's the equivalent of the S6. And I was like, okay, so like 2 phone generations older, and I was like, all right, well, maybe that. And that was like $159. And I was like, all right, that's reasonable, I guess, for a Samsung phone. Because she used to have an S7 Edge when she was with Verizon, and she loved her Edge. I don't know why, they look so thin, but she really liked it, and that's the phone that she wanted. I was like, well, they don't have the S7 Edge. I was like, they have the S7 and the S8. I was like, but they don't have the Edge. She's like, well, can you just get one unlocked? And I was like, yeah, but I don't want to spend $500 on one of those. I was like, that's a whole lot of money to spend on a device. Like, that's like... That
you're going to drop shattered screen on.
Right. Like, I remember when Boost Mobile was with, I think it was Sharp, and they had like the Aquas Crystal. It was a bezel-less phone. All you had was like the little bottom part that was actual like material. The rest of it was all glass, and I broke like 4 of those things. Luckily, they were only like $120 a piece, so it didn't break the wallet every time I broke it. But I broke numerous ones of that one, and I was like, oh man. I was like, that's. I mean, it looked really sleek and really cool. It was very sharp and pointy looking, and
I never saw it.
It's a very like if you ever see one, it would be around 2014, I think, is when they stopped making them. So I mean, they're probably never gonna be made ever again. But like the bezel-less phone thing, I don't like the idea of that, and manufacturers are trying to do it like all the time. I don't like. Don't get me wrong. This phone is 5.7 inches, and without this case, it's very close to the edge. But there's still enough there, so if it hits something, it's not gonna completely break it. You know. But that's why I've always done like the cheaper phones. This way, if I break it, I'm not heartbroken. You know, like I remember back when Boost Mobile first came out, and I was like, I'm gonna get a phone. I'm gonna get a cell phone, and I had it was silver and black. It was like $50, and I was like, you know what, this phone is great. And I broke it, and then I bought a new one, and it just worked.
I'm with you, man.
But that's what I tell my girlfriend. I was like, look, having a really fancy phone is cool and all, but it's kind of like my little sister went out and bought an iPhone. I've never been able to really get behind the iPhones. I just don't like those kind of constrictions that those constrictions that they have on things that you can and cannot do, and I'm not a big fan of that. Just like with some of the stuff with Android, you know, with them limiting like being able to sideload stuff on your SD card, but now you can do it again. So I'm like, all right, you know what, I'm okay with that. But I don't know. I mean, I was never really a big fan of the iPhones, and she was having a problem with her phone, and she's asking me to fix it. I was like, I have no idea how to fix an iPhone. I was like, have you tried turning it off, turning it back on? And the whole thing was it was on like do not disturb, and you had to like set it a certain way to turn that off. And I was like, okay. Took a little bit of Googling, but I figured it out. But yeah, I just
next couple lights might be off.
Okay.
Just so you know. Well, okay, not this one, but maybe after this.
Well, that's the thing. Like what I was reading or what I read was that they were talking not until like Sunday evening,
Really?
when they were gonna have power restored fully.
Yeah, my office is completely down, which sucks because I'm supposed to get paid on Friday. And,
right. You know, and how's payroll supposed to go out when there's no power?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't know. I have to see. You know, like I know she wants some fancy phone, but man, that's a lot of money to spend on a phone.
I'm here, man. You don't have to convince me.
And I always told her, I'm like, baby, that's a lot of money to give up, just for something that, you're either going to break or in a couple of years you may not want to use anymore.
Yeah. Wow, these lights weren't on a few minutes ago.
Yeah, they probably got them fixed up then, or some of them. Well,
the lights, half an hour, I'm saying.
Yeah, they've got the lights sort of fixed because there's still stop signs on that side. So.
Yeah, because I dropped off all my stuff before
okay.
going to the airport. Yeah, I wanted to go to Jimmy John's, but
oh, you don't want to go to Jimmy John's.
Oh, I did.
No, you don't. You don't want to go to Jimmy John's.
I gotta be turning right at the next light.
So this one right here.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to Jimmy John's. My ex-wife works at Jimmy John's.
Oh man, dude, Jimmy John's is legit.
No, it's not. There's no flavor to any of their meats. None.
Yeah,
Nope, none. No, you disagree. I don't know. I don't know if we could be best friends now because now do we got to do the Michigan left to pull in there?
You do, but it's up by that van right now. You gotta get just a little further.
No.
Yeah,
Hey, it's
see
Will
that
Smith.
tree on the left?
I see it.
They uprooted a tree right there.
Ooh, they did.
So there must have been. And part of my truck, the fins on the back of the truck were broken.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now do we shoot straight across then, or are you
Go
gonna
left just a little bit first,
Yeah.
and then take a right after that big parking sign.
So not this one, but this next one.
This one works.
Alright.
Go straight through gates.
Straight to the gates of hell. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, right about here-ish works good for me.
All right, man. Well, have fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully, next time you rent a car, maybe she'll give you another truck.
Dude, I'm calling her next night. I got her number.
All right, Joe. Hey, man, you have a good one. All right. Just dropped off a passenger. The next flight is in at 7:30. Or do you want me to just come home? Question mark.